Hey guys, it's Crit again with another monthly update. We're going to talk about what happened in July and what to expect in August, and I will touch on what I'm kind of seeing for the rest of the year as well. So first things first, the Genius Act was enacted into US law. Donald Trump signed the document, so the regulatory framework for stablecoins is now in place. And like I touched in last month's update, this is a big win for crypto. Also, what we've seen at the end of July was the White House crypto report with sweeping policy proposals. So on July 30, the Trump administration's crypto working group released a comprehensive 160-page policy report, pushing for crypto integration across taxation, retirement, banking, and regulatory changes. It didn't really say much about the US strategic Bitcoin reserve, but the policy was definitely pro-crypto. So on the same date, July 30, JP Morgan announced a partnership with Coinbase, allowing Chase card holders to purchase crypto via credit cards starting later in the year, with further expected integrations into 2026, including redeeming rewards as USDC, and marks a major mainstreaming of retail crypto access. The retail are coming. And lastly, Galaxy Digital sold $9 billion worth of Bitcoin, and the market didn't even budge. That's how bullish Bitcoin out there. Galaxy has been around forever, sold $9 billion worth of Bitcoin, and the market barely even moved. And I'm going to touch on that in a second when we look at the charts. That's 80,000 Bitcoins. So looking at the monthly close, it was good to see that July closed above these two monthly highs here. If that had closed below there, it would have been really bad, in my opinion. But it didn't, so we don't have to worry about that right now. What I will say though is looking at the 3-day chart this morning, I reckon that we could potentially get a pullback back to this level here, which is just previous resistance. And we could actually see Bitcoin come back and test that and use it as support, which is also the developing year value area high, which is part of our indicator suite at Market Mastery. The other thing I have down here at this level is a 100-day EMA, which I do like. As you can see back here, price hit it and just bounced straight off. But going down to the 4-hour, it looks like we could be put in some kind of bullish flag. But overall, I think that we'll definitely get a roll over here. There is a CME gap down there as well. If you don't know what that is, go onto my Instagram and find what that is. I do a good video on it. I virtually want to see price close that gap. Providing that we just find a reversal point in this box somewhere, we're still very bullish. If we lose this level down here, this low, then we're going to have to consider what our next move is. That's a very long way away. The next thing I want to show you is Ethereum. We still haven't quite gotten to this level, which I mentioned in my last report. I do believe looking at the daily that we do get one more sweep before we can roll over. And there's a weekly order block here, which I think that we'll bounce from. That's the bearish case. Bullish case is that we break through here, use this as support before we mark up again. Solana still kind of virtually trading sideways. It has been since March at the beginning of the year. So what's that, like 6 months now? And to be honest, I'm still a little bit wary of that we might get some kind of head and shoulders here. Bullish case would be if this does play out, we get the reclaim of the neckline and then go back up to new all-time highs. The bearish case would be we break through, come back here, retest, and then go down. And then all of a sudden we're in a major bear market and we're just going to have to wait before the next bull market. And I don't think that's the case at all. Now, if we turn our attention to the total chart, we've got this zone here on the weekly. I'll just zoom in onto the daily for you guys. We really want to hold this level, and I think we will. Looks like even right now on this daily time frame, we're putting a nice pin bar here. I'm just going to zoom in this in for you guys, and hopefully this would close green, and that would just be a nice little SFP. We turned old resistance into support, and we can mark up again. Now, I know we have a lot of XRP fans out here in the crypto sea at the moment. Now, I just wanted to put my thoughts on that. If you haven't seen that already in Instagram, please don't always take me seriously on Instagram. But I honestly do think that it is putting some kind of top in here. And as you can see back here in 2018, when we had this pump, price retraced nearly a full 100%. Well, it did. It actually went lower than the start of this pump. Do not rule out that price can just come back down here like this, okay? And most likely after the cycle top is in on Bitcoin, it probably will. Now, before I start getting death threats, I will show the bullish case. We could turn this into support, get one more pump, and I still think price will still come back down here in the next bear market. So please, no matter what you do, please take profits at some point on XRP. Now that commences my market update for the month. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel. I plan on doing a market update every week for you guys. So just to recap on everything I just said, I'm very bullish. Except on XRP.